Ladies and gentlemen, it's the Motor City Drive from Friedman, and big thanks to my friend Ryan Fowler at Ryan Fowler's Guitar Experience for letting me borrow this thing for the weekend. And remember, guys, you can get everything from his site 10% off and free shipping if you go to guitargate.com/store. So anyway, he let me borrow this weekend. Typically, I don't like distortion pedals because they're analog. There's not a tube that's being overdriven. I feel like we all, for the most part, agree that that sound, that feel, the natural compression, the sustain of an overdriven tube is better than an analog, computer-made, chip-made sound. But this pedal has a real 12AX7 in it. This is a tube amp. And you might say, oh yeah, there's a bunch of them like that. But there's not. And the reason there's not is because this, unlike just about every other pedal that actually has a tube in it, is 220. It is not 120. So 120 comes out of the wall, typically goes into a pedal, and that tube is being driven at 120. But this tube, I don't know how they did it, right? Something with the circuitry. They changed that 120 into 220. So this is a real high voltage, high output 12AX7 being really driven just like you would in a quality tube amp. And you can hear it. You can feel it. It doesn't have that crap sag that a lot of analog pedals have. It has true sustain. You get natural compression. It's warm. You get all the harmonics. It's not mud. I mean, this thing is real. I can't say enough about it. So let me jump in and show you a couple of the settings that I like on it. And if you want to learn more, go to the Friedman site. Pete Thorne also has a great tutorial of this pedal where you can go through all the different options. But I'm going to basically show you what I like to use it for and where I think it really blossoms. So I'm playing through a PRS 594, a Mesa Boogie 525, just a touch of delay, and I'm playing all Mogami cables plugged straight in. So here's my dry sound on my bridge pickup. Now I'm going to turn it on. Now I'm going to start with the drive about halfway and the volume down a little bit. This is a loud pedal, okay? You're going to get a big boost in volume. So here's our... That's pretty good, man. And now I have the bass, mids, and treble all set at high noon, and I haven't even touched it. And I'm not even going to touch it because it sounds great right there. You might have different preferences, but I've always feel that's a sign of a great pedal. When just everything's at high noon and it just sounds great, and amps too, just let it roll. All right, so now I'm going to put the drive all the way up. So for all you guys that are using amps as pedal platforms in particular, where your amp sound is clean and then you build on top, you might use this as a full-on distortion pedal to supplement, your overdrive or whatever, something a little dirt as opposed to more dirt. Check this out. I mean, this is all the way up. Now, again, normal pedals have that I don't know the word to say it, just crap sag in the low end. This one grinds all day. That thing's real. Now, my other favorite setting, and what I like to use it for, is if I already have my amp driven, and I use this with the drive almost off, right? Just barely turned on, and the volume jacked a little higher. And I use this as a boost for leads. And I'm telling you, this really, really works well. Even if you're not a metal guy, a heavier guy, but you just like the driven Class A tube amp thing, and you want a little boost, but you want to give it a little more hair, a little more sustain, perfect for it. Perfect. So check it out. I'm going to put my Mesa on the dirty channel. And yes, this is pretty dirty. This is pretty distorted, right? It's your regular rock and roll tone. AC/DC, right? Guns N' Roses. You're playing that rhythm. And then when it comes time for your lead, right? Again, I got the drive just barely turned on, just enough so that it works. You know, maybe a shade above that. And then you can control the rest with rhythm to get your with your volume to get your volume right, and listen to it just come alive. And it cleans up nice with your volume knob, right? This is a great pedal. This is a real distortion pedal with a real 12AX7 running at a real 220 volts. And if you don't have a power supply that works with these, it comes with one, right? So you don't have to sweat there. I know it's steep for $300, but if you want a real tube sound from a pedal and not have it just simulate one, it's the best one I've ever heard. Try it.